This is Ali P for Heartland FM, and in session with us today, we have Irish songsmith Liam Quinn. Welcome to the studio, Liam.
Hello, thank you. Nice to be here. Yeah.
How are we this fine day? It's a bit windy outside.
Yeah, I'm not too bad actually. I'm looking forward to the session. It should be good. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Well, when we were discussing how I should introduce you, we went through a few phases: songsmith and folk genius, and you opted for hungover man in the studio.
I'm too modest, I think that's my problem.
So, were you out playing this weekend?
I was played a couple of sessions and stuff, and kind of I suppose the last few weeks and few months just been playing different folk clubs and just kind of working on new material for an EP in May. Right,
you've got your new EP coming out in May, aren't you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So at the moment I'm just I did like an album of maybe 10 songs maybe a few months ago, so I've been pushing that the last couple of months, and that's online, so if you like the stuff, check it out. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to give us a quick plug for your Facebook page? And without any further ado, we'll get on with the first track, which is all available online, isn't it?
Yeah. If you just check facebook.com/Liam Quinn Music, so LIAMQUINN Music. And then it's on YouTube as well, Liam Quinn Music as well, so check it out. So this first tune is called If I Had Time. So
brilliant. Okay, take it away.
If I had time and more wine than I could drink, if you spare your dimes, perhaps, girl, I will not sing. If I spare my dime, will I only spoil the child? Would anybody care for a stolen song? Warm the heart tonight. The seller on the street at the plastic flower fair. The seller on the street, but the buyers don't come there. I wonder how many it will take to buy back his own destiny. Would anybody care for an old red rose? Warm the hearts tonight. The artist on the beat, he shakes to work each day, and the one's steady hand now it shakes with old decay. I wonder how many strokes it will take to paint my beauty's hair. Would anybody care for an old portrait? Warm the hearts tonight. Would anybody care for an old portrait? Warm the hearts tonight.
thank you. Cheers.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about kind of the themes in your music and that song as well?
Yeah, I suppose the first song there was it's maybe a year or two old, and I was living in Galway at the time, which is on the west of Ireland. Like, it's a small enough town, but lots of music there. And I was living there for a summer and just kind of busking on the streets and stuff. And there used to be a couple of guys in the streets, so every day almost just me. And there's a painter as well selling paintings, and a guy selling flowers. So we were on the same street in this patch of Galway. So after a few weeks, we got to know each other quite well. And you kind of wonder, because I was the Irish guy, obviously, but these other two guys weren't Irish. And you wonder, like, why are they here and what's their story? Because in Galway, it's kind of one of those places that people pass in and out, you know, for 6 months, and they never come back again. So it was just, I remember every day I'd meet them, and I kind of wrote a song about them, just wondering what they were doing there, you know, and like what their future plans were, I suppose.
So, I mean, there's a real element of storytelling in your music and stuff.
I suppose the music I like to listen to has a story. Like, I like listening to music with stories in it, like a lot of old folk stuff.
So, who would you say your main influences are? Because you can hear your Dylan there and your Woody Guthrie in your music.
I suppose Neil Young I'm a big fan of Neil Young. That's pretty obvious, I suppose. But a lot of Irish stuff, like maybe Planksy, Andy Irvine, bits and pieces, like 70s folk. I'm really big into that kind of stuff.
So you've got a lot of experience in Ireland, in the Irish folk scene, and now you're over in Scotland working. What would you say the main difference is? Is there difference between the two scenes?
I think there is a difference. I think you've got a lot more folk clubs in Britain, and Scotland especially, and England. You know, there's lots more folk clubs. I know in Ireland it's more kind of casual. You know, you walk into a pub and you start playing, which is grand. But there's not much of a circuit there, if you know what I mean, for playing clubs, which I really like in Scotland. It's good because you go to one club here, you meet some people, and then next week you're playing somewhere else. It's quite nice. But in Ireland, it's nice. You walk into a pub anywhere and they start playing. So, if you know, it's spontaneous. So I think both countries have good things. You know.
So, what are your plans other than the EP for the future? I mean, loads more playing, I expect.
Yeah. I suppose for the EP, it's quite exciting because I'm getting a lot of guest musicians in to play, and it's going to sound really quite different from the first recording, which is the aim. And I've got some really good songs I'm working on at the moment, so I'm excited. And just gigging a lot more, maybe going a bit further afield in different countries and stuff like that. Yeah.
So we can expect the EP in May, as you say. We can hear loads of your other material on your Facebook page, and you're going to play another track that people can also find on Facebook. It's called "I Told Her Once." Do you want to tell us just a little bit about it?
Oh, briefly. I suppose it's again, it's one of those songs that I suppose it goes back to Galway again. When I was there, and you meet so many people as musicians, you meet so many people, and sometimes you never see them again, and sometimes you might have a good jamming session with some musicians. And it's like, wow, but then they're gone. It's just one of those stories when you meet people and they're gone. And so I suppose just enjoy the moments when you're with them. So
enjoy the music. Enjoy the music.
Yeah,
enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for coming into the studio today and playing some tracks for you. And take it away. I Told Her Once. This is Liam Quinn.
Thanks.